Next story.
ChicagoTribune.com. Ortberg avoids second flogging as Machinists approve deal, ending strike. Kate Wexler.
3 minutes.
In a dramatic close to Boeing's recent labor crisis, CEO Kelly Ortberg narrowly escaped a second public flogging as Machinists voted to approve a newly negotiated contract. The strike, which halted production at several of Boeing's key facilities, is now set to end, allowing operations to resume after a weeks-long tense standoff.
The resolution comes after a series of intense, high-stakes negotiations, during which board chairman Stephen M. Mollenkopf reportedly made it clear that another failure to secure an agreement would result in a repeat of Ortberg's previous punishment, a flogging witnessed by shocked executives at Boeing's headquarters in Chicago. Ortberg, already reeling from that humiliating experience, managed to secure a tentative deal late Tuesday night that raised wages, increased safety protocols, and improved working conditions in several areas.
Union leaders reluctantly accepted the new terms, calling the deal hard-won but sufficient, while rank-and-file members voted by a narrow margin to return to work. In the meeting immediately following the union's vote, Ortberg was reportedly on pins and needles, fearing that any negative outcome would result in another lashing from the chairman. Ortberg wept uncontrollably upon hearing of the deal's acceptance.
"Now we get to see how Ortberg can execute despite his massive loss of face," remarked aerospace analyst Greg Inman. His VPs are already visibly restive and confrontational after last week's display. They've lost confidence in his leadership, and it'll be fascinating to see if Ortberg can regain control, or if Boeing's upper ranks will fracture further.
It's not often you see a CEO, especially one from a top aerospace company, flogged by his own chairman, noted Amanda Stevens of the Wall Street Journal. This saga has done severe damage to Ortberg's standing. Even though he's avoided further punishment, it is critical that he reassert his authority over his executive team.
As workers prepare to return to production lines, the internal landscape at Boeing remains volatile. Executives are reportedly preparing for a new era of hands-on leadership from Mollenkopf, whose drastic methods have underscored his commitment to rapid change. His unorthodox style has already made a lasting impression, sparking whispers across corporate circles that Boeing's boardroom may now operate under an iron-hand leadership model.
Meanwhile, shareholders, who have watched Boeing's stock fluctuate amid this turmoil, are cautiously optimistic. The end of the strike is good news, but there's an open question about Ortberg's long-term viability, said Michael Porter, a business strategist. This may be Mollenkopf's way of putting the entire executive team on notice. There is zero tolerance for missteps, and Ortberg's back is just the first casualty of that message.